Let's talk about the deal between Rivian and Volkswagen. Rivian and Taylor Swift just has a very similar history of long-term relationships. Porsche's got Volkswagen Group by their balls, and they brought up the worst possible guy to lead the Volkswagen Group. All he could come up with is, let's give billions and billions of dollars to untested startup. Now, Massey says Volkswagen gave $5 billion to Rivian. I'm sure it's not just for software, but for the Scout vehicles. So right now, they have not confirmed. People asked them that the software is going to be from Rivian. As a matter of fact, they kind of hinted that it's going to be their own software, which is amazing. Now, don't forget, here's the thing. Let's talk about the deal between Rivian and Volkswagen. Now, of course, it is ironic that Volkswagen Group has fired Herbert Diess, a guy who led them out of the Dieselgate into the future of electric cars and was doing pretty good. They fired him because they didn't like the way he did software. Now, I did not like the way Volkswagen did the software either. They completely fucked up. I had an ID4 and I basically hated it because of the software. Otherwise, now it's a much better car because the software has been more or less fixed. And they brought up the worst possible guy to lead the Volkswagen Group, which was a Porsche CEO, Oliver Blume. And he was CEO for a couple of years. And all he could come up with is, let's give billions and billions of dollars to untested startup Rivian for them to share their software with us. Just that alone should have gotten him fired. But Porsche's got Volkswagen Group by their balls, so nothing's going to happen. Now, here's the thing about this particular deal. If you know anything about Rivian, think of Rivian as Taylor Swift, okay? It just never had a successful relationship and usually breaks up with their boyfriends very, very shortly after the beginning of the relationship. So, Rivian had deals with Amazon and Ford and a couple of other big manufacturers, and all of those deals fell through. As a matter of fact, there's some lawsuits going on, and Rivian just cannot keep a long-term committed relationship whatsoever. So this $5 billion, I don't think Rivian will ever see all $5 billion, because at the end of the day, it seems like they're not able to play nice with other kids on the playground, and it probably Volkswagen will break this relationship off Taylor Swift style, minus the song, probably, and Rivian will once again not achieve the sort of the agenda of that partnership. So I would not really count on this partnership as a saver for Volkswagen Group. Now, if they are, they're stupid, but they are led by a stupid man. So at least when it comes to electric cars and software, so this, I guess, would be on brand for them. But as far as this money is concerned, like I said, don't think that Volkswagen brought this money in hands and suitcases and just handed it over to Rivian. This money is going to be paid over several years of the partnership, and Rivian will have to hit some milestones. They will have to play nice, which, again, I believe they're just not capable of, not with RJ Scaringe as the CEO, who, is a very likable guy. And definitely, in person, he's an amazing guy, but he's not a very good CEO, I think, for the brand. So, Massey team, just because you saw the headline doesn't mean really it's going to happen. Like I said, Rivian and Taylor Swift just has a very similar history of long-term relationships.